Alright, what's up guys? We are back at her again today with another one for you. We're looking at the Dark Horse from fasttech.com. I will slap the SKU number in your face right now. And I love this damn thing, man. I gotta say, if you're into chasing them clouds and you want something that's gonna hold up and comes with some options, grab this guy. I picked the stainless steel version here, simply because that's what I like. It's the color I had. You can get this with 3 or 4 different colors of airflow control rings. But I gotta say, I really like this. This is the 1-to-1, so this is not the cheap one. And it comes with everything you see there, plus some spare coils and some goodies. I took the bag out, something similar to this, but it doesn't come with coils, just some silica, some spare O-rings, that sort of thing. I just kind of end up chucking them all in a box. So, I think that's it here actually. Nope. I am mistaken. Or wait, I thought I made a mistake once, but I was mistaken. So let's have a quick look. I'll get it all out of the box, broken down, and show you all the nitty-gritty details. Okay, I'll bring it all in close for you here so you can see. I'll go through each part. So this is it. This is everything you get in the box. You get the white and the black chuffs, which are nice. It comes with the top cap here, so these just pop in. They don't thread. Simply pushes in just like that, and now this threads onto the top of the atomizer. I like having the different options actually. I didn't really think I liked the white, but I do. It also comes with these 2, white and black, which are for your 510. So you just pop this in. Oop. Same idea. Just pop them in. They go click, and then you have the option of running your 510 drip tip. And I do like this drip tip that came with this. It's nice and big. It's just simple and straight to the point. It reminds me of a plume veil, only better. It's longer. Looks a little better. IMO. So here is the housing, I guess you would call it. Tons of airflow options. Love it. You know, you can fill this thing right up. It doesn't leak. This is every single thing I wished the Zenith was. This airflow ring on this is nice and tight. When you put it on, like, it's tight. So when you set it, and if you open up, say you're running the 510, which I do in this thing, because I find, depending on the build, you can get some spitting if you're going real big. And I don't know, I kind of like the flavors better with the 510, personally. But there are days when I want to chase clouds. So it does come with a gold-plated center post on the build deck. Nice, beefy post holes, which I have not had any problems. I've done dual Clapton coils in here and had no issues with 4 strands of 27 gauge. I think it's 8 actually when you're all said and done. No. Anyway, works really well. And it is gold plated, so you're not going to lose any of those flavors. Touching brass or copper. And that's it. There's the bottom. Comes with a serial number. Designed and made in China. And that's basically it. I am going to do a little speed build on it today just to show you. Blow a couple clouds. This thing is just crazy. So I did end up actually changing one of these O-rings on here with one of the spares in the pack when I got it. Simply it was a little loose, but that's personal taste. I like to, I don't want to be able, I want to be able to spin it on and not mess up all my airflow. So that's it. I'll put it all together, show you what it looks like here with the Dark Horse. So you can set it up in dual coil or single coil. You just line up the channels where you want them and throw on your cap. So I really like it, to be honest. I think it looks sharp, works phenomenally well, and it's a bargain of a price. So I'll break this down and do a build on it. I'm going to run 24 gauge dual coils, probably 6-7 wraps, figured out. Probably like a 0.25 or something like that is what I'm going for. Okay, so I quickly just wrapped up a couple coils and slapped them in there. Pretty straightforward. I gotta say, this is one of the most forgiving atomizers to build on. It's, I gotta say, one of my favorite, easiest. Like, there's no issues with it at all. The post holes are so big, you just slap your wires in, no problem. And you really need like a proper big Phillips screwdriver. Like, there's no using your little blue screwdriver on these screws, man, because you'll just, I don't even know why they give it to you. So, yeah, you shouldn't have no problem stripping these out, I can tell you that much. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it in and wick it up. Just brought the camera up a little bit just to show you already, but you got to work the power through real slow like any atomizer, right? But nice even heat is what you're after. And you got to be careful with those screws. They are beefy enough you can overdo it. It's very easy to go too far and just shear the coil wire right off. So that ended up coming out to a 0.27. Pretty close, eh? Man, I'm getting good at predicting my ohms. So it started out at about 0.18 before I burned it in. So if you're running like an IPv2, you might have problems with that. That's one thing I hated, because you always have to burn them in on something else and then until they settle down. Anyway, that's basically it. Wake them up and we'll give her a toot. Okay. So one thing you want to do to dress this up, you want to lift the coils up just a bit. So once you get it all wicked, I use, one of my e-juice needles for, but you just get underneath it and just pry it up just a little bit. You want to have a couple mils. So now I'm going to dress this just by, basically you just fold your wick underneath. Like, I might have a little bit too much here, but essentially I kind of pull it up like this, and I'll kind of just push it down with my finger a little bit until I get that edge underneath. And it's pretty easy to do. You can just kind of double it up, and you want to just kind of work around and just kind of poke it in, and you want to get it underneath the coil. So you can see there I'm working it underneath, and it's the same with the other side. And I have a little bit too much material, I think, but it does shrink quite a bit once you saturate your, this is rayon cotton, again, Cellu cotton. So I'm going to trim just a little bit of this off. Okay, and there you can see I've kind of just worked it around and tucked it underneath both of the coils. And now I'm going to go ahead and saturate this with some Mod Sauce. This is some of my own e-juice. You can go ahead and check out modsauce.ca if you're interested. And I will be using some of my Select Reserve. This is, I gotta say, some of the tastiest e-juice on the planet. It's only made once a month. Full 28-day steep. And I gotta say, it's pretty delicious. So I'm just gonna go ahead and saturate the cotton up. I'm not gonna overdo it either, because I end up putting more in once I put the shell all on. I just want to make sure I get all the little areas underneath the coil and such before I put the cap on. And you don't really want to make a big mess, right? I'm kind of doing this fast, but take your time and just let it soak in. I find the rayon cotton tends to hold quite a bit of juice. Okay, so that's probably about enough. So now I'm just going to line up the airflow channel and drop it on. So I just want to clean off that little bit of excess e-liquid all in the base. And this is just a habit, but you want those O-rings to be dry. If they're all wet with e-juice, they're not going to do their job as well. So I'm going to go with the slotted airflow. I find it's more than enough, and it gives me a little extra. I don't know. You can open it right up, but I find the slots are just enough for me, or more than enough. Okay, so I'm going to line them up with the coils, plunk it over. There she goes. Look down the top there, and I can see those slots are pretty much right at the coil. Now, this is a pretty important step, but you need to make sure those coils are not touching the side. So I'm just going to push it down a little bit. With this, you can get a screwdriver and just kind of pull it in. I just kind of bent it in just a touch. Just like that. And then it shouldn't be touching. So let's see, give it a test fire. I see both coils firing. And this is a time where you always want to just tighten those screws up just a little bit more. After you burn all your coils in, everything gets heated up. The wires tend to shrink Ooh, see, that one was pretty loose. And there she goes, spitting and crackling. And there she is. I just dropped a few more drops of juice in there, cranked the wattage up. I'm going to throw her 65 watts. I always try and keep my voltage, like that's the nice thing about these IPVs, they do it for you. So a 0.25 ohm build, I try to keep it under 4.2 volts. And this is just a rule of thumb to avoid burning too hot, and some people believe that leads to carcinogens and kind of defeats the purpose of the whole vaping, quitting smoking thing. So that's about it, guys. I hope you liked the video. I gotta say, this thing does put out nice flavors, huge clouds. And like, oh, I can't even describe to you guys. If you're chasing clouds, this is the one for you. So hopefully you liked it. Go ahead, crush that thumbs up button. And you got requests, things you want to see, let me know. Lots happening on here, and we are here for you, the viewer. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you again soon.